Hello everyone, this is Heroes Trivia, and today we're starting a brand new Total War 3 Kingdom Let's Play on the channel as we're going to embark on a very special 194 Lubu campaign where we're going to try to burn the whole map down. It's called Raze the World because we're going to raze the entire map. The plan is to take control of Hulao Gate as our only base because in the 194 start you cannot recruit in regionalist mode. That is only allowed in the 182 start, so we need a base, and the only base that is befitting of this campaign should be Hulao Gate. We'll defend this gate path right here that does not have any source of income. It actually has a pretty high upkeep cost, and we wouldn't be able to trade with many factions. Adjacency wise, we're only adjacent to Luoyang and a piece of Yinchuan, and we're probably going to be in a constant state of war in those regions as people will flock towards Hulao Gate to take us out, as that would be our only holding. Now it's called Raze the World because we'll be sending out armies from Hulao Gate to every part of China and we'll defeat every faction and burn down every settlement. We will not keep any settlement, they'll all be razed. Of course the AI factions will most likely recolonize those, but we'll just raze them again. That's going to be most of the challenge. The plan is to maybe start in a corner. We'll have a defensive army who will always defend Hulao Gate. Zhang Dao most likely will get that job because of his special ability that the smaller force he controls will get additional attack speed and evasion bonuses against bigger armies. So that's most often going to be the case defending a gate pass. And Gao Shun probably can go with him. Lu Bu will be off venturing around the map, burning things down. There's a couple partner in crimes I'm thinking of in terms of pairing him up. There's a lot of theory crafting behind this that I've been kind of testing mentally, not actually going to game to see if it works. But there's a couple plans that I'm trying to put into action. We'll have a very powerful healing team if all goes well. There's obviously factors that's beyond our control because most of the bonuses you get from Lu Bu's campaign come from hunting generals on his list. And if we lose key generals like He Yi early on, just because the AI wipes them out, then we can't get key passive abilities such as regeneration. And that would really hamper our campaign. So we'll be on the lookout for that. And with all that said, let's hop into this campaign and see how we pull this off. Now, we'll be doing this on Legendary. We'll do 40-minute battle timers. I don't think we really need to do 60. It's either 40 or no limit, and I prefer to have a limit to give the defensive sides a chance. And let's go. It's not China must be dominated, it's China must be burned down. We've seen this. We're just going to cut this out. This is not our first Lu Bu Let's Play. We have done a proper one where we went around and hunted down the right targets, got very powerful, and ran sort of this vassal network, which is the optimal way of playing Lu Bu since he does have this debuff. But we're going to take a completely different approach here.
主公虽然诛杀了董贼，但世事难料，数年之内恐怕还要经历磨难。
此等叛徒竟然侮辱于我，他们早晚会知道我不会止步于此。天下人都将看到我所建立的大业。
That's going to be our home.
主公虽已起兵与曹操为敌，但曹贼也已做好了准备，打算与主公决一死战。
曹操就像袁绍和其他诸侯一样，不堪一击。他缺少问鼎天下的力量。
话虽如此，其兵力却仍不容小觑。主公最好先寻一处易守难攻之地，据而守之，方为上策。然而陈郡遭围过久，对我方亦为不利，疫病蔓延，粮草告罄。如此下去，守军恐难以为继。
我等当如何处置？杀出城与敌军决一死战？
或许可行。他的侧翼部队已经逼近，如果主公能将其击败，就可获得喘息之机，从而向北撤退，重整军事。
我会让卑鄙曹贼好好看看我的本事。 吾乃当世的无双战神，就算是天子，也绝对不能令我屈从。
Alrighty, we got our flyby intro. Rebel without a cause. You are undoubtedly the greatest warrior in all of China. Lu Bu, none can question this. However, even you will occasionally suffer from temporary setbacks. The rebels who invited you to lead them against Cao Cao have been found wanting, and were unable to provide your armies with supplies needed to capitalize on your successes. Perhaps it is wisest to let Cao Cao reclaim the city of Chen as you retreat north to replenish. Then you can continue prosecuting your vengeance and ensuring your legacy. So, there's many ways to deal with this. We will get a bonus of minus 50% character salary, minus 20% retinue upkeep if we defeat Xiahou Dun's army in front of us as our first mission. That is quite easy. The symbol you see here on the flag is a greatest warrior target. This is one of our many faction mechanics, but this is the key one, where as we defeat generals in battle, it can be in the form of a duel. It can also just be you killing them in the battle. Lu Bu has to do it personally, and we'll get these bonuses unlocked. So taking down Xiahou Dun give us 5 points of melee evasion for spear infantry. Taking down Xiahou Yuan gives us 25 point of charge bonus for shock and melee cav. I believe these are commanding abilities for Lu Bu, not for the whole faction. I could be mistaken on that, but I'm pretty sure these are not faction-wide. It's only for Lu Bu's army, just like many of the attributes are only added for Lu Bu himself. We'll also gain prestige by completing the set. So, cousins in arm, because Xiahou Dun and Xiahou Yuan are cousins. 3 kingdoms, the 3 sort of quote-unquote founding members, a little fudge on Sun Ce here. You could put, Sun Quan or Sun Jian if you want, but given Sun Ce is the one who's alive right now, he's the face of this. Sworn brothers, they can appear on multiple sets, and they will give you this bonus one time. So Liu Bei gives 25 prestige and 5 expertise. It will be marked out of both once you kill him. You will not get this twice. And the set bonuses are just special rewards in addition to the individual bonuses you get. There's a couple very useful ones. We already mentioned one early on that we're really want to get. It's the recovery ability from the Yellow Turbans, He Yi. The problem is, he starts out in an army, the 3 of them, against Liu Bei in the starting fight on turn 1. So they will most likely lose. There is a chance they win that fight, but I think after the patches, Yellow Turban usually lose it. So when they lose, there's a chance they could get killed. There's a chance they get knocked out, never to be resummoned. Very difficult to get him out again. But recovery is a very important ability for us to just become this powerhouse on the battlefield where we never lose health, because we can just kite it out with our red hair and wait till we heal. As for other abilities that are equally as great, Tiger Generals, Fatigue Immunity from Zhao Yun, Blazing Roar ability from Zhang Fei, extra damage from Guan Yu. A lot of stuff. There's a lot of really good stuff that we can get from all these generals. Now, the ones that are dark means they haven't spawned into the game yet, because Zhuge Liang spawns in 207, Sima Yi around 208, Pang Tong pretty much right after Zhuge Liang. So once they do spawn in, we'll be able to see them. That is the case for kids who are not grown up yet, like the Sun family here. His younger brother and sister are not of age yet. Once they are, we can hunt them down. That's one of our faction mechanics. The other one is momentum. We gain momentum by defeating enemy characters and armies with our faction leader's army. And essentially what we can do is we can trade momentum to keep moving and fighting. We reset movement with momentum. And there's also a passive bonus for stacking it that gives a ton of satisfaction, more movement by default to all armies, more damage for your melee infantry, 25 points of morale, and huge replenishment bonuses. Then there's also something called personal victories that goes up to 10k. This is massive. This is for each character you defeat with your faction leader, Lu Bu in this case. And we'll gain all these bonuses you see, but there are penalties. We become more of a threat with all factions. Not a problem if we're raising every faction. Satisfaction in our own faction is an issue, it will be counterbalanced by maintaining a high momentum or by keeping a very small court. And then we have prestige and post-battle loot, which will be the main source of our income in this campaign. The good thing about personal victory is it's accumulating. It never decreases, it doesn't decay. You can just hang on to it as you play. The longer the game goes, the more powerful these bonuses will be, assuming your leader's continuously winning fights, which we will. So that's pretty much it. Our starting items here: bodyguard, artisan, armor. Bodyguard's quite good. The retinue melee evasion helps. If we're only holding on to one territory and it's a gate pass. So 10% industry for administrative commandery is not going to be useful for us at all. And we have to consider how to get rid of our existing 2 territories because we're only playing with Hulao Pass in mind. So that's going to be our goal. There's actually a lot of ways to start this campaign. We could start by going back and fighting them. I believe we can raise an army here and use the movement trick to get a general out to fight, and we can come back and reinforce, and we can knock them out pretty easily on turn 1. But we want to lose Chen, so that's not the plan we're going to use. We're going to let them take it. I'm going to destroy the city with demolish to make money, and then let them have an empty city. We're going to knock out Xiahou and Xiahou Yuan. We're probably going to reset movement to move closer to Hulao Gate. We will trade Yinchuan away, probably to Zanba. I don't know if we can do a cross-river trade, because that might not be adjacent. Anyhow, that's where we'll start. We'll start with this fight. But we might want to add a general to this army, since we will trade the land away and then we couldn't add any more. We have a couple choices, actually. Let's take care of our roster. There's a lot of generals we don't need. They are, first off, angry at us, just desire for higher office, and all sorts of other satisfaction hits from legendary difficulties and such. Zhang Miao invited us in here. He does have fondness, which gives him 50 points, or actually 15 points of satisfaction to balance things out. He's not super useful. Satisfaction faction-wide, if we make him heir, so we can adopt him, make him our son, that'll be one way to do it. We have a wife here who is not useful. She doesn't give any good faction-wide bonuses, only 3 points of satisfaction from authority. Public order is completely useless for us. She doesn't have a good skill tree. So her use for us is going to be sort of a marriage bait. There's a couple characters I really want. We won't be spamming the marriage bait to grab a lot of characters because I don't want a big court. We want a very small court. So we'll do a divorce soon. Right now, Lu Ji being our heir is problematic because she doesn't give good bonuses. She does have good army bonuses. I might keep them in the same army because she gives a very nice replenishment boost. That means... Chen Gong is probably not going to stay with us in the future. Right now it's fine. Analyze weakness, so-so. I guess we grab Zhang Liao and get him leveled up, because he does need to pick up Resolve of the Righteous, which makes him a good defender. We start with only 2,000. We're going to spend a chunk of that on the army here. We don't need the units, so actually we're just going to delete them. We're going to make our army a bit weaker to give us perhaps a heroic victory. Oh, never mind, his army is tiny. We'll keep the cavalry. Let's go. Oh, let's speed up the movement. We're going to fight this. I want to duel him. And since we are doing this Raze the World campaign here, we're also going to be executing a lot of enemy generals. If we don't... Oh, let Lu Bu have his moment.
无妨，他们早晚会知道我才是举世无双的战神。现下我须得建功立业，让他们明白我这样的人容不得他们非议。每打赢一仗，都离霸业更进一步。
The time before COVID, when development can do voice acting. Anyhow, so this is all about dueling. This is all about getting experience on Rubu. So let's do that. I guess we'll put a couple down. Let's start battle. He's hiding somewhere in the forest here. He put down a tower as well, so play somewhere over here. Given this is the first preset battle, he should be agreeing to the duel, even though he cannot win. Let's actually move everyone here, because we do have Analyze Weakness. If anything, it will speed up the duel. Where is he? Show yourself, coward. Am I blind? No, he's not behind us. Gotta be around the tower. Is the tower undefended? I can just capture it? Isn't that odd? Ah, there he is. He must be somewhere next to them. Oh, it's ours now. Okay, there we go. That's what we want. Let's see if we can get over here. And we'll zoom in for the fight. We were dismounted here, so we took a chunk. No big deal. We just have so much more damage than he is. I don't even think we need to use the splash. Wait, look at him getting chunked. Not gonna interrupt. Yep, just gonna give him that Analyze Weakness debuff. We can just sit right here. Here's their troops. It's night battle, so the lanterns are on. And a quick kill. Alright, don't even dismount, just charge in here. And we'll give a little splash. He wants to remount. Yeah, it's kind of auto into the remount. It's fine. We got knocked down. I'm just here to roar. That should rout them, actually. Alright, we're gonna pick off the kills for the experience. It's gonna be hard for Zhang to pick up anything, so why don't you stay here and capture the tower? And we'll let Chen Gong pick up those kills. He could use some level as well. Yeah, nice and quick. We have one more fight after this with the other cousin. I think he will also duel us. Unfortunately, John L couldn't get the experience. Much rather he gets it. But it's okay. He got some kills. If we capture him, we'll execute him. Yep. Like I said, it's going to be a race the world, kill everybody attempt here. We're not going to try to vassalize anyone, annex anyone, get good characters. We're going to maintain our momentum. We'll reset the movement. We'll be fatigued, but that's fine. That's why Zhao Yun's important. Fatigue immunity. They want us to get some units to get experience. I don't need this mission. Alright, you're next. We actually get the garrison to help us. We don't really need it, but let's turn it off with night battle. Same idea. We go in for a duel, get max experience from the duel, and then chase down as many units as we can. Then the three of us will solo Hulao Gate, which is actually pretty challenging. Now, why don't you have a... Oh, they do have a tower. How did he put his tower outside the deployment zone? What kind of magic is this? It's not allowed. These things don't have guerrilla deployment.
做好准备，准备开战。时机已至，
We don't need to help him.
时机已至，
Tower is going to be annoying.
挺住，加快步伐。我必将取胜。
This time we cut him down. Nice. Alright, cousin number 2 down.
已被我军占
Wonder
了。
if the enemy cavalry will charge us and run into their own wooden stakes. It's very likely. Tower's missing pretty badly. Yep. We're actually full health after
加
that.
快速度，
We can play zigzag this tower.
快点，抓紧，赶快，赶快，加快速度，进军，加快脚
Ow.
步，
Ow, ow, ow. We got shot.
进攻，
Alright, let's just finish them.
感受我的愤怒吧！杀呀！诛灭敌军，敌军四散而逃。
Alright, let's see how many of these we can chase down. I don't think many because they're pretty close to the edge of the map, but whatever we can. That's it. I don't know if we'll level up because we're already very, very, very high level. It's all about killing them, gaining the abilities.
又赢了一次，
Execute as well.
不杀干净，必留后
I think
患。
we'll take the momentum here as well. We want to move as close to the gate as possible. We get prestige for completing those bonuses. So this is also going to be quite interesting for us because we're only holding the gate. So Simon's not super useful at the gate. Army's probably useful. Spies are useful. Trade agreement, not so much. Administrator, definitely not useful. So I'm trying to see. Okay, we don't have any administrator slot. That's okay. I think we are going to pump up the spies first. We will rank up really quickly in this mode. There we go, much better. So we're going to... We're not going to heal because we're trading it away.
讨平乱贼，
We're going to go as close as possible and we'll just surprise him. Does have a level 1 garrison there, but we should have enough to take it down. So now it's a couple trade deals. We probably could have done deals early on, but we're not keeping any of the trade deal past this turn. So it doesn't make sense for us to get them. 0.1. Yeah, I don't know. This is not really possible. We also have a couple cool things. So like
希望此次事务能让你我
there
双
is
方
mercenary assistance we can offer to fight people's factions like bandits. So we can use that as an income and diplomacy move. But right now we can't get paid fighting Cao Cao because no one else is at war with him. Or else we could have done that first thing. So there's really no diplomacy here. Spies are available. So this is the interesting part. Guosi can be turned. I don't have money right now. That's what's missing. So let's get some money first. We'll demolish. Actually, let's debate it. Is it better to downgrade separately or demolish right away? I think it's going to be better to demolish right away. Because we're going to have to instant this. We're only going to get half the amount. And then we're also going to downgrade the settlement. All the way down. Cao can rebuild it. AI has cheats. Alright, so that's all reduced down to nothing. We're going to clean out our roster. Like I said, like Hao Meng, Hou Cheng, we don't need them. A lot of them are there to rebel against us later for events and such, and we just don't need that headache. So we also tiered up, so we do have these positions. How close is it to spring? It's decently close. So let's get goodbye. I could also banish. I could banish and then give the remaining characters the positions. So we're keeping Zhang Liao, Diao Chan, Gao Shun, Chen Gong, and our wife for now until we get the marriage bait. So we're keeping 4 and our daughter. I'm trying to think if I need to banish them. Is it worth it? He's at 26, 45, 36, 42, and 52. Actually, they're pretty high. Minus 15 for 5 turns is not going to kill us. Yep, goodbye. So, what can I give you to make you like me a bit more? He's ready in our court. Oh, right. Zhang Liao starts out with the senior officer position, which is really, really annoying. Because removing it's really hard. He's just going to feel bad the second we remove it. So I think I give him the upkeep cost discount. I shift him. 10-point satisfaction. What's good? Oh, I shift. Oh, I could shift Zhang Liao. Right. This will make him cheaper. He's currently getting 25 points. Oh, he'll lose 15 points though. So no. So we're going to let him be General of the Right. Keep him happy. Our wife, I'm just slightly concerned about potential for turncoating on us. But I'm probably overthinking it. I don't think our wife is... I mean, plus we're getting rid of her next turn. Even if she turncoats, she can't hurt us. So that shaves our cost down a bit. 750. I mean, salary's gone a little. We had to promote one person. Really would like him to not have this position. We can cheapen it a little to attendant. He's still decently happy. No, he's unhappy, but too bad. Yeah, none of these will help us. And then we're going to do a deal with Zanba. Unless Zhang Yang wants to give me the deal. I don't think he can. Can I give him... Oh, I can. So there is adjacency here. So Zhang Yang's our buddy from Ding Yuan's day. Very good friends. He's where we stayed before we were invited to take over Cao Cao's land by Zhang Miao, who we just banished. So let's give the land to our buddy and see what ancillary he has. Maybe he has some really good... Oh, right. That's the thing. If Zanba has better items than he does, then we're going to have to do that deal. Where are you, Zanba? There you are.
我们有许多话要谈。
I was hoping for something better. So, between these two, if the item situation is the same, as in they're both bad, we give it to our best friend. I could take another one. Bodyguard, it's not terrible. These give satisfaction. Everyone starts with a stone pig except for us. I actually don't have food once we do trade this, so this is not a good idea. I could give him a flat payment if it's not too much to get the item. Yeah, that's okay. We should go down to 0 food. Because we just have no food, no demand, no supply. And that's okay. We can still do business with everyone else. This is a turn 1 where we have a lot of items from the 2 execution that we did. So if anyone happens to have a concubine, or a, you know, philosopher, or a legalist fanatic, someone who can improve satisfaction, we're definitely in business. It'll be expensive, but I think it'll be worth it. A eunuch. This is a fun item we can give to people to mess up with their faction satisfaction, and thus potentially get turncoats. So if we really don't see anything good to trade for, we could go back and trade for that eunuch, and we can stash it. And of course, it's Yuan Shu who starts out with the eunuch. It's completely random, but it would be him. Prepare to become an emperor himself. No one? No one's even having followers? There we go, some followers, but not the ones we're looking for. Ooh, capture rate. This is not that type of campaign though. Even if we capture them, we'll be executing them, so it's not exactly worth the effort. And plus, Lu Bu's extremely high starting level is what's giving us the super high capture rate. Which is why we captured both of the cousins and why both of them are dead. Now, based on the way we always play Lu Bu, or I always play Lu Bu, I always won the turn 1 fight against Cao Cao. So I never even knew that there was the event where after you lose your turn 1 fights, and Chen, that Liu Bei would invite you in to the Xu province. I always thought that was an AI only event. But apparently if you lose your land, you get that as your bounce back. But we're not interested in taking more land. We're interested in another eunuch. Liu Chong. I mean, Imperial Uncle keeping eunuchs also reasonable. But 2 eunuchs, interesting. Maybe Luo Jun will turncoat. But usually their faction gets wiped in this start, so maybe it's just be assassination type of... Ooh, we found a philosopher from Duosi of all people. What are you learning down south? We have weapons. That's what we have. Weapons that we don't really need because Lu Bu is very well armed. Okay, we can't add any more items because we already maxed 4 items per trade. 1 on his side, 3 on our side. We can just add cash. A lot of effort, but I think it's worth it. It keeps everyone a lot happier. Yeah, and we don't have to worry about a lot of things. Who's the lowest right now? 30, 41... Okay, you're the lowest. What happens when I fire you? Okay, we'll keep him steady there. Might as well trespass. Alright, we're right up to it. We'll hit it next turn. We'll lose our capital. It's all been destroyed. We did all our trade. Satisfaction's all good. We don't have any good targets. I mean, I don't want Guosi, so that's just not worth our time. Diplomacy's done. Reforms. We start with a couple. All in the red. Okay. It's not bad because the traditional reforms, like rushing Onyx Dragon, not super enticing to us because the trade agreements we will not be able to utilize at all given our locations just Hulao Gate, closed out by enemies. So probably getting stuff like campaign movement range might be where we're headed. Yeah, we just like focus down red for these like army focus buffs. We need supplies as well because we'll be marching through a lot of empty land that we have raised. So maybe the green tree will also be something we look at. Like there's a couple of small supply increases here. I mean, it's very minor, but like 4 points here, 4 points here. It's 4 points every turn. So like, are we actually going to end up building a military infrastructure somewhere? How will we ever build this though? That is a good question. How will I ever build one there if we only have Hulao Pass? Well, these are things we have to figure out. But that's pretty much it for now. This is giving us satisfaction. We can't shift him this turn, but we probably want to shift him over to these just to give us the faction council next spring. But I think this is it. Let's end turn. And they take our city. We're landless. What will we do? And we're getting, oh, right. We're going to get schemed like crazy until we kill Vassal. So this is the event that I never knew existed because I always just beat up Vassal on turn 1. Vasal's presence is overwhelming and the outcome of the war is unclear. We should instead surrender and offer our service to Hulao Gate, allowing us to gather our strength and strike against Vassal at a later date. We follow the story, we get a piece of land, we get a peace deal signed between Lu Bu and Vassal, we become a vassal of Hulao Gate, we get financial support. We obviously don't want to take this. There is only one minor reason why I might ever consider this, is that we essentially get the peace deal with Vassal, which allows us to do deals with him, and the character that I want to marriage bait is actually Cao Ren, because he has heal. So if we don't get recovery from He Yi, which is likely, I would like to bring Cao Ren around with our armies. And another thing about Cao Ren is he can also heal troops. So if we ever fight, you know, in empty land because we raised everything and we need replenishment, he can technically be a form of replenishment during the battle. So I'm kind of torn. Like, this is not a big deal. We can, you know, stop being a vassal at any moment. And the land is not a big deal because we can actually just lose it, right? The moment we betray Hulao Gate, which is part of the story too, we can lose the land. I just might not be able to declare war on him. Oh, I can just betray Hulao Gate right away, can I not? I can declare independence. Like, instantly. Lose the land, fight my own wars. Yeah, let's do that. So we're just going to speed things up. Seize the mountains. No thanks. And we'll see if we can get Cao Ren to join us, because that's the move that I really wanted to make. So we got to do a divorce paper first. She will still be part of the family because we had a kid together, which is why we can still use her as marriage bait with other factions. Hi! So we get to keep characters. Look how happy they are. We're offering their character will be joining our faction. That's correct. We'll be giving them whatever it takes. Yeah, we should have saved. Why can't I use the stone pig? Do I have to unequip it manually? I can't just pull it out. Man, John L's gonna be an unhappy man. And what do you mean you're taking my items? Like, you just gave me those items last turn. Alright, we're taking Cao Ren here. And we'll pay. How do we have 2 food? From farming? Oh, we got land from Hulao Gate. That's right. Hold on. What if we... I think we'll just lose that land, so we're not going to offer the food. Let me double check. I don't think I can declare war because I'm a vassal, right? So I can't do that. We'll get the marriage done first. I'll pay cash. Gotta consider these things because I don't want to be negative food once we lose the land, and that'd be pretty bad for attritioning. So take my money. We don't need it anymore. Well, we need a divorce money with Cao Ren, but aside from that, no big deal.
有道理。
Alright, we bag Torrent. Maybe we don't divorce him because he'll be part of the family and thus he's available for heir. And he's also gonna be salary free. We can just fire her because she's useless now. Right, so I can make Torrent my heir, which would give satisfaction boost to him as well as the rest of the faction. We don't have to do divorce. I can just straight up banish her. And that satisfaction hit's not going to hurt because Torrent's going to give his satisfaction boost of 6 points here to counteract that. We could even probably get it higher. Why don't you equip this? Because I don't think it's that great on Lu Bu. And we can get his skills. Brave Hunter, not necessarily great, but like, not bad either. Now we are going to rebel from Liu Bei, because we got our marriage done. That was the key. Still just Guo Si. So how do we put it? Thank you for giving us the land. We're going to declare independence. Will become treachery. So what? We're never going to do any diplomacy deals after that marriage. That was the big one. Time to burn the world down. First we take our base. Declare a war. Is he... Okay, so I can actually maybe use one of these factions to get this war going. So let's see, Ma Teng. How about I help you fight? How about you pay me to help you fight? So these are 20-turn payments. Usually you want them to be per turn as much as possible. And in this case, where we see like each $1 added here is technically like 20, right? If we can make a payment that is, it's not going to swing it. It's too low. That's fine. Does he have positive values? Nope. Okay, fine. We'll just do it this way. Like maybe if you have extra items, throw an item in so that he pays you more. You know, the money sometimes is better with a 20-turn calculation than a 10-turn calculation. So now we have to fight them, Li Jue for them, and we'll get fame and fortune points for constantly fighting the next 20 turns. And we will, because Luoyang's right next to us. We'll burn it down, essentially. Why can't I attack? Oh, right, I can. Just we also have to annex with the... If we can use momentum to annex as well. We don't have a siege weapon. That is the awkward part. So we have to wait at least a turn before any of these fights. But that's okay. We'll just have to wait this turn. We're no longer at war with Cao Cao, so he's not fighting us. Liu Bei is angry at us because we took his land and then completely declared independence from him. What can you expect? Taking Lu Bu in. Most foolish thing you can do. We're, you know, very treacherous right now, so I doubt we get any deal done, and I'm okay with that. In my mind, we're playing, you know, to our character. Take it. We'll burn it down in the future. No. Asking, I was like, he's asking, I was like, is he giving me money? I was just thinking, this sappy play here actually is a pretty good way to get Liu Bei to fight you. You can get the three brothers. Like, if we had recalled Lu Bu from turn 1 and then resummon him there and then declare independence, he'll be fighting it. Lu Bu will be defending a settlement, and we just kill the three brothers, and that's instant completion there. Just never really thought about it that way. Anyhow, we should shuffle our court. We don't need peasantry income. I do need someone in this position. I think we put Gaushun here. Zhao Nao can eventually become administrator for the Gate Pass. So Gaushun wouldn't have much to do. But if I put Zhao Nao here, I can take off his title. But I guess that's what the administrator is for. Yeah, let's do that. Now, do we really need to fight this? Probably to minimize casualties. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be our general dismounted solo pushing a siege tower like magic. All these romance portrayals telling how heavy these weapons are and how strong these generals, you know, on horseback can swing these weapons with one hand. Yeah, they haven't seen anything. We can push a siege tower with one hand. So let me dismount. Let me equip myself on the siege tower. We're not only pushing it with one hand, we're pushing it from the top stairs from the inside. Just unexplained power. Basically, it's going to be bloodbath on the walls. The interior tower for Hulao Gate only shoots the other direction, if I remember correctly. So there's an overlap on these. So that one might be a little bit tricky, but aside from that, I think we'll be fine. Yeah, they can't do anything to us. Helpless. And we kept the cavalry just because that way the archers never shoot us on higher difficulty. Yeah, we'll just be slamming them. I actually want to capture this gate. If no one's going to resist, we'll capture it and send the general over. Yep, we'll come in. We'll get shot, but that's okay. But why did I keep selecting him? Much easier now. Alright, we slow this down. I don't know why we went on back on top, but it's kind of weird with that. Let's roar. Let's get our cavalry into the enemy range unit. Loop will come down. I'm going to be careful. Well, actually, why don't you capture this one? This one's annoying. But it's such a waste to have people capture towers here. Get down, get down, get down. John L's gonna go for the victory point. We're fighting into tower, not smart. We should be able to break their brace from behind. We're gonna be careful here. We're not gonna charge directly into that spear until we break their brace. Alright, they're not braced, they're moving. Am I capturing it? Oh, I don't have enough capture weight, do I? Let me take this. Oh, I should go chase that one down. Alright, we kill this first, and then we kill this. Get them fully routed, please. There we go. Fully route this one. Alright, we capture that. Oh, that's vision is so hard to see. Alright, there's no more interior towers hitting us. Go up, go up. You guys chill. Ripu solo this group. Smash. Oh, don't overchase outside the gate. That should be it. That should be an army loss there. We'll capture this point just to make sure. Even if they don't army loss, we'll take the victory point. But they should army loss. They're the only unit left. No? Oh, they're the captain as well. Alright, I'll send Libu over. I mean, the countdown's already started. They're shooting us. We'll get out. Libu will go kill. 50 seconds until we just win, but let's see if Libu can get a couple more shots in. Nope. 1 second. That's it. Alright, Hulao Gate is ours. We got our home. wonder if Zhao Nao can level up from that 100 kill. Probably not. It's not a lot of experience. Alright, got a bunch of fame and fortune. We'll be occupying this one. This is going to be our base for the rest of the game. We might take land if the situation calls for it, just like how we picked up the land next to Hulao Gate, as long as we're sure we'll lose it right after. But most of the time, we're probably just going to be raising like crazy. I think we'll end our episode here. It's a nice quick one, but a decent start. We got exactly what we wanted. We got the character that we wanted as well. We're going to try to level Tauren up quite a bit to pick up Heavenly Presence, which is what we want him to have. I think the army is going to be Lu Bu, Tauren, and Lu Ji when she comes of age. And in the beginning, we're going to raise down the Luoyang region headed this way just to finish our mercenary contract. Then afterwards, we'll set up a defensive force. Zhang Liao, maybe not Chen Gong. It doesn't get along with Zhang Liao, but I think it's okay. Gao Shun for sure. We want to see some very nice Scattering Blow plus Flame of Phoenix. Very big nuclear blast, because doubling your melee splash radius, aka doubling your melee hit range, then using a Flame of Phoenix, which is a melee attack, essentially gives you double radius, 4 times the area for each slam. It's absolutely massive. So like Gao Shun plus Zhang Liao defending, I feel super safe. And we'll just hold Hulao Gate with the army while we have a second army going out to hunt down the land. We need very strong general focus armies with healing. We might hunt He Yi to give it a shot, see if we can get regeneration. Because if we can get regeneration on Lu Bu, he can start soloing things, and Tauren can be moved over to a second army. And in the future, if we can ever turncoat or maybe capture, or if he is faction destroyed, or maybe he's randomly in the recruitment pool, if we can pick up Zhou Tai and give him an Oathhorn so that he can activate his Undying Vow, he can be like a third army. We're basically going to rely on generals that can regenerate, and that's basically how we can survive without land. And that'll be a pretty interesting challenge to see if we can raise down the entire world here. So hope you guys enjoyed this one, and see you guys next time. Bye!